Street Fighter V was not a perfect game, especially on launch. It lacked a lot of features, it was an incomplete mess, the story made no sense, and the balance was atrocious. It didn't even have online on launch. This story has been told many times. The game did pick itself up as, again, the story's gone. Street Fighter V ended up becoming what I would argue is a really good fighting game. I'm not here to talk about Street Fighter V today. I'm here to talk about another mechanic they ended up adding. They added fight money. Now, what is this currency? What is fight money? Well, fight money rewards you for playing. How does it do that? It does it in many ways, but the biggest way is by leveling up your character. You do that by playing matches in game, not offline. As far as I know, you cannot get fight money that way. You can get fight money through online as in ranked and casual, but not custom rooms or creative rooms, whatever they called it in Street Fighter V. Then there's another way to get them. It's by doing basic challenges, as shown here. Just doing a simple task will grant you quite a bit of money. There's other ways to get money as well, by doing certain challenges that week, all that stuff. Fighter V did start in a rough place, so they had to end up getting their player trust back. So how did they do that? They ended up doing that by adding fight money. And as I said before, it is one of my favorite mechanics, and here's why. You could purchase outfits, select outfits, but you can still purchase outfits nonetheless. You could purchase characters, which is very important to me, also stages. All this came together to me to make a very free-to-play friendly experience. This was very much for the player to reward people for playing the game. This has been one of my favorite mechanics ever, in Street Fighter V especially, and drive tickets are one of my least favorite mechanics ever. Now, why do I hate drive tickets? I think hate's a strong word, but it does get the point across of I'm not a fan of drive tickets and our execution. So, you get drive tickets every birthday. It used to be 1,000 or something, 3,000, I don't remember. It eventually got reverted now to 300. That doesn't allow you to buy anything. There's something for 300 in the shop, which is fine, because all it grants you is stickers for Battle Hub and custom rooms. If you're a player like me, you don't really care about that stuff. That's not the point. The point is you can do nothing with those. I own the version of the game that gives me all the colors. I will always buy the DLC, so I have every color for Outfit 1. If you don't, you can spend drive tickets on those. I think that's reasonable, and I think that's fine, but looking at what's here, what can you get with them? New challenger screens, cool, that's awesome. I'm not mad at that, I think that's perfectly fine. You can get music, again, perfectly fine. You can get pretty much whatever you desire, except for you can't. There are some things you literally are not able to purchase with it. That would be outfits, which I feel like Outfit 2 should be able to be purchased with this fight money. The HUDs, I prefer if you're able to buy the HUDs instead of have to spend real money on them, as I don't feel like the prices are reasonable of fight coins, which I'll get into later. If you play one character, this doesn't really help you that you can buy things for multiple characters. It should be rewarded in some form for consistently playing, consistently being online, etc. As I'm showing here, I have so many drive tickets. I don't have anything to do with them anymore. I have everything I want. I'll probably buy the stages again, but that's it. Now, this isn't related to Street Fighter, but I want to talk about Tekken. In Tekken's Battle Pass, you get 100 coins per season, which doesn't seem like a lot, and I do agree that's not a lot. But I don't think it's a terrible deal. Why do I think that? Why do I think that's not a terrible deal? Everything costs 400 tickets, or 400 fight coins, whatever, Tekken coins, Tekken doubloons if you want. But in that, I think that's reasonable, because it rewards the player for getting to a certain level in their battle pass, level 10. And I'm okay with that. That's very player friendly. I do think that you should be able to purchase characters and stages, especially in a game like Tekken, where stages are actually very important. But I'm not going to talk about that, as I'm not a Tekken professional or big Tekken head. But you can buy cosmetics. You can buy things to customize your character. And for people who are familiar with Tekken, you can customize your character way more in Tekken than you can in Street Fighter. So that money goes towards basically, if you're putting it towards one of the characters, going towards all your characters. Whole roster, besides like a few exceptions like the Bears, obviously. There's always an exception. But I think this is a fair system. It rewards you for playing. It rewards you for getting so far in your battle pass, for being committed, get to a certain point, and for battle passes. Not only that, I do also feel that Tekken often has sales. I don't often look at the Tekken shop. I don't play Tekken often, as I said before. When I'm looking at that shop, there's often something for sale for 250 coins. So, if you want to get something, it might go on sale. You know, they complete like 3 battle passes, or not complete, but get to a point, 3 battle passes. So, I also want to talk about quickly, because I'm no expert in how to monetize games, so this is not my forte. But with how Tekken does their currency is much better than how Street Fighter does their currency, in my opinion. Street Fighter does not allow you to purchase a costume, as I'm going to put up here, for the minimum offer. As we showed prior, that would be 300. The maximum or minimum you can buy is 150, so you buy that twice, which I personally find. Tekken, of course, is 300, which I would argue is also bad. I do feel like that you should be able to, for the minimum price, get at least one thing. But as I've shown, you only need it to like tier 10 for 100, so you get 400 right there for a much lesser price. In Street Fighter, to get an outfit, you need to get 2 outfits for 610, which again I'll put up the price here for how much that would be. This all is in USD, of course, so you would have to convert into your own regional currency if you don't know what that would be. Now think, we are 2-3 years into Street Fighter now, and there has been no way to get fight coins for free. I feel like there should have been a way at some point to get fight coins for free, especially during the anniversary, first and second year. Which, if we're not going to be doing that, then instead let's do what Tekken does. Tekken rewards people for playing the Battle Pass, playing their game, so they'll do the same, especially since their Battle Pass system is very similar. Albeit minorly different, but still very samey. This should reward players for playing, especially those very committed to the game. I've pumped in 500 hours to this game, and I have not seen any reward for that. My suggestion to start is we remove fight money being the only way to get outfit 2s, as those are already able to be gotten in World Tour. Common sentiment a lot of people carry is they don't want to play World Tour, and I don't find it fair for their only way to get this for free is to play that mode they don't want to play. Especially when it costs 50 fight coins, just change it to drive tickets. Make it so outfit 2s are drive ticket dependent, not dependent on fight money or playing World Tour, a mode people don't want to play. So, now that we've done that, let's talk about the HUDs. The HUDs should have been drive tickets. Of course, I've always been saying that since they came out, but they should have been. Common sentiment, yada yada, oh, you're not different for this opinion. You know, and the fact that I'm not different shows that this is what it should have been, in my opinion. So we will be changing HUDs to be worth drive tickets, which I'm not sure. I personally believe there should always be a free-to-play alternative in a fighting game to getting characters, especially since I already paid $60, ignoring that I bought Season 3 as well, but I bought this game for $60 to get Season 1, 2, and the base roster, so I should also be rewarded for still playing without having to spend my own money. So, these characters I will price higher because characters are very important, obviously, and I do think are much higher quality than an outfit will ever be, or any of these other cosmetics, so they will be priced higher than these other things like stages, etc. So what we end up doing here is we made a more alternative version of Street Fighter to make it more free-to-play friendly, or friendly to people who cannot purchase this stuff, especially with how things are right now. These things are very important to me. There's always a free-to-play alternative because none of them has enough money to buy these things. When it comes down to it, I think Street Fighter should have a free-to-play alternative. I think Fight Money was perfect, and I think Fight Money should return, or if we're keeping drive tickets instead of returning Fight Money. Drive tickets need a big change-up, big switch-up on how they function, because their current state is uninteresting and boring, and I don't have anything to use them on. Every birthday, they're just piling up. Every new season, they're piling up. I need something to do with these tickets, Capcom. I need something to do with these. So, that's why I suggest we work around this. You put, if we don't want to add drive ticket alternatives, I put fight money in the battle pass, which I will also create a mock-up of what that would look like. It's really all I want to talk about today, but how I love fight money and how I think drive tickets and fight coins are a very disappointing alternative to this mechanic, and I want Capcom to bring back fight money. See you guys in the next one, which will be next week. I had some complications recently with my control, so a lot of my recording got halted because of that, but I have a lever list now, so I can actually make gameplay again, play the game again, etc. So I'll still be uploading weekly, I promise, I know. And I have stuff planned up until Alex, and I don't know what I'm going to do after that yet, but it might be me getting Alex to master, it might be something else entirely, I don't know yet, but we'll see then. See ya.